It was during the late 1990s that I first encountered the unique, hand-painted signs of Jasper, Mississippi Travis, also known as the Brushmaster.
Some people call me the Brushmaster.
Until recently, the Brushmaster was totally unaware of my interest in his work.
I was out taking pictures, and you were there, and you were kind of messing with me a little bit.
He's like, do you know the artist that painted this? I'm like, yeah, I know him. And he's like, well, can you introduce me?
The visual landscape of my hometown was dominated by commercially manufactured signs bearing dull corporate logos. It felt generic, cold, and lifeless.
Manufactured sign, they just to the point and that's it. They don't have any abnormalities. It gives it character.
The Brushmaster signs were different. The colors were bold. The use of space was unorthodox. His signs were filled with eccentric details that bore the mark of human touch.
But this one is still here, though it is disappearing.
Mississippi did a lot of beauty salons, barber shops, and these silhouettes became one of the trademark ways that I would identify his work. No one paints a silhouette like the Brushmaster, as you can see.
Born and raised in Mound Bayou, Mississippi, the Brushmaster began painting and drawing while caring for his mother.
It was a little different from Mayberry, but it was still rural.
She was an artist and encouraged her son to pursue art.
I had to do, hold her hand. Then she started telling me, I want this or I want that drawn, and I started drawing, and I liked it.
Later, life took Mississippi to Chicago, where he began painting in and on neighborhoods. His mastery of the brushwork business would soon lead to Indianapolis.
I painted this place called Frog Records on College. And the other one's 38th Street Men's Club. And it wasn't even on 38th Street, but that was the name of it. I remember those were the first.
The 38th Street Men Club. The club was located at 18th Street and College Avenue, 20 blocks south of 38th. The idiosyncrasies of the sign and the club's location brightened my day every time I passed by. Until one day, when it just disappeared. A few months later, I spotted the sign propped up against the wall on a small building, and on that day, I took my first photo of a Brushmaster sign. For the next year, I traveled through big and small neighborhoods across the city, photographing his work. From Hawville to Mapleton Fall Creek, from Keystone Avenue to Martindale Brightwood. For almost 20 years, these photos gathered dust in an old shoebox in my bedroom closet. At the peak of his activity, the Brushmaster's work covered an enormous stretch of the Indianapolis landscape.
I knew I had to make a living some kind of way, so I got up and did just grind. Every time I was painting one place, 4 or 5 other people would ask me, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And I'm like, I was ready for that, because it was basically supporting myself.
Around 2016, I started sharing the photos on social media in hopes of connecting with the Brushmaster himself. And I discovered that I wasn't the only one who appreciated his work. My social media post sharing his art went viral. That eventually led me to the Brushmaster's home.
How are you?
How you doing? It's good to see you.
You too. We were talking about bringing you a cake, but I don't know if you eat sweets or what. There were abnormalities in your work. Is that intentional? Do you know that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is.
You see the use of quotes. Mac is not in quotes, but cheese is in quotes.
We call it the hood. They have to have varieties of business in one place because, of survival.
He does want to include messages of peace and social justice in his work. This neighborhood has been plagued by violence. Obviously, it says non-violence juice on the bottle, and that's one of the things that makes his work so appealing, is that there are eccentricities in the spelling and in the lettering. It has that handmade element.
Be something, That's what I wanted to promote.
Despite his rising fame in Indianapolis, the brushmaster's work is becoming scarce in the city. The rapid spread of gentrification throughout Indianapolis has erased much of Mississippi's art. When new developments go up, the brushmaster's work comes down.
The world is going to change anyway, and I just have to change with it. My mom told me, keep doing what I do.
In my eyes, the brushmaster has become a modern-day John Henry. One man with a brush, taking on an entire industry of mass-produced, machine-printed signs, one wall at a time.
As long as I'm living, then I'm gonna always paint.
For more stories, go to WFYI.org/acrossindiana.